So it looks like we finally know who's going to be in the Pat McAfee pack for the season pass in 2K24. The WWE 2K24 season pass has given us 5 packs, and the only pack that we really didn't have an idea about really was going to be the third pack. The third one is called the Pat McAfee pack. It's scheduled to come out in July 24th. And in this one, you're supposed to get Pat McAfee, and on 2K's website, they just said playable co-host, stay tuned for info, my faction content, co-host manager cards, stay tuned for the info, and the super cards. On Pat McAfee's show today, he did announce and confirm that his co-hosts that share the desk with him, his podcast every single day, they are going to be in the video game. Ty Schmidt, Boston Carter, they're going to be in the game. Darius Butler is going to be on there too. And they apparently have the tag team going into the game as Toxic Table. And they didn't mention anybody else on this clip, but I think it's safe to assume AJ Hawk would also be as one of the DLC members, because that would round it out to 5 total for the Pat McAfee pack that we are going to get. So this is very interesting as a decision. Now, number one, I like Pat McAfee. I actually like the Pat McAfee Show. I'm a fan. And in the actual clip of all of this, Pat did say a couple of times, he's like, we are taking nobody's spot. They made it very clear. He's like, I know how the IWC is. They're worried that him and his buddies are going in, that we're going to be taking other people's spots. They said that this is not the case. They would be taking nobody's spots. Whoever is supposed to be in the game is in the game. He said that there was a give and take and that Pat wasn't going to be in the game unless he could do something where his buddies, his co-hosts could also be featured in there. And he said, I could wait and I could be maybe in a future game if I ever decide to wrestle again. So I think it's cool that Pat is getting his buddies in the video game. I think they're probably going to have some really silly moves, silly movesets, wild entrances, theme songs. So we could get a lot of creation pieces out of all of this. They could be just fun jobbers to use in the game to just smash and powerbomb. It could be a lot of fun. So that's my hope with all of this. However, the other side of everything is what I think the 2K community is going to look at this and get pretty upset and ticked off about. Me personally, I don't really care that much. Do I want it to go to other wrestlers, other legends? Absolutely. But if those spots were not available and there was nobody else from WWE's side that they had planned to put in the game, then it kind of is what it is. I got CM Punk and a lot of other legends, and honestly, I'm going to be okay. Is this my favorite thing for them to do? No. I would much rather have legends, like I said, more NXT stars. But as Pat said, this is a give and take back and forth, and they said it's totally cool, and we can go ahead and do this, and it could be a fun thing. But I do see where the rest of the community is going to come at this and be pretty agitated, I think. Because what people are going to think is that we could have gotten more women's legends, we could have got more NXT stars, we could have added in way more WWE Hall of Famers and legends in the game, and putting in a bunch of names that, no disrespect, people within WWE 2K wrestling games, they're probably not going to know who these people are. And that's where I feel that there is a little bit of a problem and maybe a disconnect here between giving what the fans want and balancing what maybe WWE wants to do with this kind of thing. So I kind of see both sides of this. I'm glad Pat McAfee is in the game because I've always wanted to play as him. So if that's what it takes to be able to play as Pat in a video game, then okay, cool. And maybe the characters will just be fun and silly to play as in the game. But looking at kind of the bigger picture and what a lot of wrestling fans and WWE 2K fans and players would think of this, I think that there is going to be pushback. Because a lot of people I can see saying that they don't get enough value out of this now for the season pass. They paid for it, they paid it in the deluxe edition, and they're getting one of these DLC packs with a bunch of no names from their perspective that they don't know and they don't intend to play as, and they're not even wrestlers. But there is a possibility that this isn't even 2K's call necessarily. This could be just a negotiation between Pat McAfee and WWE, and to make it happen, this is what has to be done. For me, I have the 40 Years WrestleMania edition. We didn't find out about any of the DLC until like the game was about to come out. I wish they did that a little bit sooner, but I understand them wanting to like kind of hype things up and wait till very late, and then boom, they can hit it with the pre-orders and then people are going to jump all over it. And there's a lot of great names in the DLCs, but I think that this is one of the biggest holes that they might have. This is where 2K might get a lot of pushback from people, but they're also trying to provide a ton of variety in here. Remember though, you can do a couple of different things here when it comes to the DLC and the season pass. You could buy the season pass separately if you got like the standard edition. you could buy the packs individually. So if you felt like the ECW Punk pack, the first one, that is huge value to you, you can just buy the individual packs and get the ones you like. And if you already got the deluxe edition and the Mania edition, you're getting everything anyways. So we'll see. We'll see how this plays out with the community. We'll see if there's pushback. I wish that 2K was going to come out and give us kind of more of an advertising for this and really showcase this, but even Pat said on the Pat Mcafee Show today, they were not even scanned until Monday Night Raw of last night. So this is a very late piece coming together. This does give them a few months to be able to put the pieces together for these superstars, these now superstars in the game. But I do find it just, it's a kind of an odd thing. It's not, they're not wrestlers, and it's maybe gonna be fun, but I still find it kind of an odd choice to go down this path when over the years we have gotten WWE, WCW legends in our WWE 2K games, and they're stepping away from that a little bit. Putting in a Post Malone, a Bad Bunny, for example, those I understand. You want to be able to get those people, those stars, scanned in the game because they're representing the game in one way or the other. This, I just feel like is just kind of an odd choice that's probably going to get a little bit of pushback. But what do you think? Does this bother you? Does it matter? Are you just not going to play it and ignore it and it's all good? But I'd love to know what you guys think. It's just important that we go and talk about these things every once in a while. Have a great day, guys. If you enjoy the show here, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.